Hello and welcome. My name is Michelle and thank you for joining, liking, and subscribing. This is going to be a deep read video. If you have ever purchased a paid read for me or seen me on my live, this is what a normal paid read looks like. It's a deep read. Usually you do something like this to get a bigger picture, get guidance on a specific situation, or just for general guidance. They are usually extremely personalized. This usually will only resonate with a few people because it is very specific, okay? If you would like to book your own reading, check the link in my bio. If you want to see my other platforms, check the link in my bio on my website. Testimonials are also there, okay? If you have any questions, you can also send me a question directly. All right, so let's start. I'm gonna start with the energy here. So in my reads, we'll get a couple of oracle cards and then we do a modified Celtic cross. So, all right, what does the person who's found this? What does the person who's found this need to know? What does the person who's found this need to know? There's some type of observing something. We have caching, we have observation, trying to learn something from a situation. It's important here. Grief, okay. There's some grief from the past, from a past memory, okay? Grief from a memory. We're thinking about the past. This is somebody who's thinking about the past. The past still affects the present. I'm getting the past is affecting the present somehow. Tell me about this past. Why is this important? Why is this memory important? I feel like there's a memory that plays over and over again. It's a good memory though. It's not a bad memory. It's one of those nostalgic feelings that, you know, you're like, oh man, life was so much different then. We got the double mission. I'm going to read something in that card. This is moving the energy. This is all about moving the energy to the present. There's a part in this. When you trust and follow the simple path of doing the things that light you up and lose yourself in the doing, you light up the world without even trying. This is a coming back home to the self. This talks about having a personal mission, but also a mission to help those around you. This card is telling you, hey, you've learned something from this thing in the past. How do you find you again? How do you bring it to the present? This is all about bringing the emotions to the present. We have a past life connection. We have a person, somebody with heavy influence from a past life is with you. This could be a significant other. This could be somebody who's passed, but the grief is still here. The grief is very upfront here. And it's going to take some work, dedication towards the self to get to the present. Give yourself grace. You might need to communicate, okay? Maybe with this person, maybe with other people around you. Don't just lock it all in. Yeah, evaluate. Figure out what doesn't fit in this scenario. I feel like the person here is thinking about a beautiful memory. It's this very nostalgic, beautiful memory. And there's nothing wrong with thinking about a memory. They're saying to look at the grief behind it. Give yourself time, give yourself space. But allow yourself to move to the present so you can move even further forward. Tell me about this person. Tell me about this person with the grief. Why is there grief here for this person? What do we need to know about this grief? What do we need to know about this grief? Yes. Shift your perspective for a sense of clarity, realignment, figuring out where you fit, figuring out the energy around you, okay? Be mindful that you can still hold on to this memory and cherish this memory and still move forward. Okay, you don't have to, if you're feeling guilty because you don't know how to move forward, or you think if you move forward you have to forget this person, you don't. Okay, the memory is allowed to be there. We have the Hermit at the bottom of the deck. That's going within, taking some you time. Allow yourself to work through this. Allow yourself to gain a different perspective, to take a look at the situation maybe from a different angle. This looks at a bird's eye view, so we're going to take a look at this. All right. What is the current energy that we need to be mindful of here? What's in the past that has to do with this situation? Energy moving forward, please. What is the energy moving forward? Now, this could be stagnant energy or it could be moving really fast. It all depends on the situation. The near future, I don't specify time. Energy is fluid. So don't feel like you have to rush. This isn't a situation I feel like rush. Rush is not important. Growth, solid movement is important. I'm getting, take your time. Be patient. There's a sense of grace with the self. Hopes or fears, please. Tell me about this grief. We've got 3. That's okay. Overall guidance for the person who resonates with us. What is the overall guidance here? And the overall energy is a Page of Pentacles. You've got a message. You've got something you want to give. And I don't know where you want to give it. Yeah, I don't think you know where you want to give it either. You haven't figured that out yet. There's something though that maybe you want to communicate dealing with this grief to that specific person or that specific memory. There's something you want to give. There is something you want to give. But this could also be, you got the Hermit again. This could also be something that you're able to start because of this memory. They're giving you the life and the vigor to do it. It's also an apprentice energy, starting something new. It could be a new job, new relationship, new foundation of something, new foundation, new home. Something new is important. With the realignment, you're going to find things, maybe even feel new. And this clicked and I haven't asked for anything yet. So that's going to go into current energy here. All right. There's pain. There's pain and heartache. You're still feeling it from a situation. But you're getting this time to heal. You're getting this pause. What's the current energy here? Yeah, you've got, there's somebody you love. With past life connection, it can be family, it could be a connection. And you have the Hierophant. I'm feeling heavy connection here. This would be a connection that you're not in. Something that feels like almost like a faded memory. There could also be a person in the connection that is past. I don't normally get that. I'm getting that out of this. But we have the Temperance. Give yourself patience and time. Okay? The Four of Cups, maybe you've tried to turn your emotions off, or you feel very disappointed in how far you haven't come compared to where you think you should be. Focus on this Hierophant is, who are you? All right? Are you going through life following who you are? The Hierophant talks about religion, it talks about tradition, it talks about this conventional marriage, but at the end of the day, how does this fit with you? But this person is still with you. If they're past, they're still with you. And maybe that isn't obvious. But you're being able to find things that speak to you. And maybe you don't know what that is yet. Maybe your emotions are still a bit lost. 7 of Cups. But it's going to take time, patience, and healing. Temperance, it's a balance of the emotions. Don't be disappointed in yourself if you're not moving as fast. This could be a disappointment in somebody else as well. What's the challenge here? The challenge is getting that spark back. Getting that spark back to move forward. Ace of Wands is a passionate new beginning. And I feel like there's somewhere that you might want to go, and it's finding out who the authenticity of you, of what is this spark. Be patient, it'll come, but it's not something that you have to rush into. When you get that spark, you're going to know. What's subconsciously going on here? Leap of faith, taking a risk, stepping into the beauty of the unknown. It's gonna feel uncomfortable whenever this comes there, and subconsciously maybe you know that, so you're fighting moving because you're like, well, I don't want to. It's going to take a leap of faith to work through this emotionally and physically. We do have the Three of Swords at the bottom. There's pain here. There's pain here. Tell me about this Five of Wands. Ten of Wands. The more you fight it, the heavier it's going to be. And I have Four of Swords reversed here as well, which is also healing. It's like there's this Two of Cups. There's this connection here. Something is not healed in the connection. And the Ten of Wands, the energy is really heavy. And Four of Swords, like you're trying not to look at this because it makes you sad, because it makes you grieve. You need to allow yourself to work through these emotions. This memory, though, is gold. I have gold cards, but the memory is gold. Just because you think of them and have this memory doesn't make that a bad thing. It doesn't make it a negative thing, the memory itself. But you need to be able to let go of the living in the past of this memory and allow yourself to live now. And still, you can take that memory with you. What's in the past? The Two of Cups. Whatever this connection is, it's not in the physical right now. Tell me about this Two of Cups. Ace of Swords. I'm getting that's true. But we have this true and honest Two of Cups. This is soulmate connection. I have shivers everywhere. This is somebody that you could communicate with, that you could be yourself with. This is like your person. Whatever that means to you, there's nothing better in this life to you than this. And I feel like that's the part that you're getting lost at, because you're like, I don't know what to do without them. This is somebody who feels very lost. Yeah, Two of Swords. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do without them. It's a very, very saddened energy. But there is some beautiful energy to this, though. Like, life was so clear. It was so clear. The clarity. You just know. You just knew. It was everything. What's the conscious energy moving forward here? Self-awareness. You're trying to figure out, what do I do with this? How do I move forward? We have the Eight of Wands. You could be trying to communicate. If this person is still in the 3D, you could be trying to communicate with them. Tell me about this Eight of Wands. It's like, how do I move forward? How do I even have another connection? Do I have another connection? There's a lot of reflection of connections here, of what you do, and you're like, I have no idea. I have no idea how to move forward towards maybe another connection. That page could be going in another direction with another connection. But you're unsure of how to even go about that. Maybe you're trying to start dating again, and you're like, I have no idea how to do that. But this self-awareness, the more that you look at where you are and can get into the present, be patient with yourself. But the more of this that you can look at, the stronger you're going to feel to move forward. And if this is for a connection, this Ace of Wands, somebody will spark your interest. Somebody will spark this. If it's for a creative endeavor, it'll get sparked, okay? You don't have to worry about how, when, and all the little details. The Moon here, you're going to trust your intuition, trust your guidance, okay? Be yourself. Find yourself. Reinvent yourself. Find yourself again. Not for everybody else, but for you. Finding things that light you up, that guide you home to what you feel home is inside. You get near future, the Knight of Swords. You're going to have this aha moment at some point with this situation. The Knight of Swords, yes, they're like, yeah, success after a long battle. Knight of Swords, they get clarity. Okay? There's clarity. There could be communication again. But at the end of the day, the Knight of Swords moves towards what they want. There is an honesty to it. There is you know what? I know what I want to do, and you go. But be patient. You're allowed to take time for you. Give yourself grace in this situation. Whatever this situation is for the person watching, it's not something to take lightly. It's not. So be mindful of yourself with that. Allow yourself that time. Okay? We have the Eight of Cups. You're going to change your direction in the future. Okay? Your direction will be more clear. The Eight of Cups walks from where things they once loved, things that once served them, and walk towards the Nine of Cups, which is you have self-embodiment, love, wish fulfillment. It's going to be a different energy. And you need to be patient with when you make changes, okay? You need to be patient with that. Tell me about the Six of Wands. There we go. Six of Wands, Ace of Wands. That's your Ace of Wands. Don't rush it. The little seeds that you plant now, the little things that you do for yourself that nourish the self, that choose you, are going to bring you into this realignment. It's going to bring you forward, and you might not see it coming. Something you plant today might not come for 6 months to actually, you can actually notice a difference. Trust it. Okay? Trust it. And with this Ace of Wands here, yeah, you're going to, when you know, you'll know. You will know. I don't know if Finding Nemo is important, but if you've seen Finding Nemo, when Crush is like, when you know, you know, you know. Literally, you're going to know. Don't worry about the when you're going to know. Just focus on how you feel right now and how to get yourself back into the present by doing the small things. Maybe it's getting up and making that cup of coffee for yourself, okay? Maybe it's that, walk you want to go take out in this random park, right? Do little things, This memory here, whatever this memory is, don't torture yourself with it, but how can you keep that memory alive? Maybe it's a place you used to visit. Go visit it. Go say hello. Keep yourself in the present. Pull your energy back to the present. The memory can still stay. And I feel like a lot of times people are like, I need to get rid of that memory. It hurts. It hurts. It's the hurt behind the memory. The memory itself was lovely. You're like, I love this. This is my favorite. This is my favorite person. This is my favorite place. This is so important to me. It's the grief. It's taking the time, and maybe you need to feel the grief. Maybe you try to hide it. We do have the Four of Cups here, okay? That can be a sign of trying to turn the emotions off. Don't. You got to feel it. You got to feel through it, okay? You're going to be okay. You're going to get through this. And it's going to give you a different spark to move forward. So be patient with yourself. What do we have in hopes and fears? Dedication. This is a hope. The more you work on it, the better you're going to feel. And maybe you don't see it yet. And it's all in divine timing. Don't rush yourself. Don't rush yourself. You're on time. You are on time. I'm not even going to clarify that. The wheel moves in your favor. It's upright. It's all in divine timing. Okay? You're going to have to trust it. See how you're growing. See what you've learned. There's a sense of being grateful for what you had and taking what you learned from this and moving it forward into what you're doing now. Tell me about this grief. Tell me about this grief. Communicate. I feel like this came out in the beginning. If this person is still living, there is something that needs to be communicated, maybe even closed out. If they are not living, maybe you just need to talk to them. They're always listening. They're always listening. They're always listening. Six of Swords. Moving on to calmer waters. If you even write a letter to them, whether you send it or not, that's going to allow you to process some of it. You have Judgment. And again, there's this energy of being awakened, okay? Growth in both people. And there is pain here. And maybe you don't think that they got what they deserved because of how they treated you or how something happened. Maybe you don't believe why something happened the way it did. And you're still tormented by the how something ended, okay? Be mindful of that. Vent that out. As much as we don't want to hold grief, we also don't want to hold anger. Anything else that we need to know about this? This is an energy of balance. This is an energy of justice will come. You know, you aren't going to be the one that deals this justice, but it's going to come. Everything balances out. Everything also happens for a reason. We have the Six of Swords again. And then I left this card in. It's called the Tiny Elephants. But guess what? There's two people here connected. They are connected no matter what. It's almost like it's in the clouds. But you have this elephant and the baby elephant. I don't know if that's significant, but there's a venture still going. Without this person, you're still on your adventure. You're moving forward. You're healing. Don't fight the healing, okay? This Five of Wands down here with the Four of Swords reversed. Stop fighting the healing. You're strong enough to look at this, and I think that that's something that you need to know. And I get an Ace of Pentacles with yes, you are. The door is opening. There's new opportunities. All right, what is the overall guidance here? You need to look at it. Tell me about this Three of Swords. Yeah. What do you deserve? Okay, so if this is somebody in the current energy that's currently living, there is something that was not even in this situation. You didn't deserve something that was happening. And I don't mean in like, oh, you don't deserve a connection. No, the energy wasn't balanced. There was something that needed to change in your favor. There is some growth to this for you. There had to be an ending to grow. There is something changing. It's opening the heart space. It's teaching you what true happiness is. 10 of Cups. I don't have many cups on here. I don't. They're in the focus right here. We also have Judgment. Okay? But this is realizing the capacity of love. When there is grief, there's oftentimes a lot of love. And this is like trying to put your love forward, trying to put the love to something else, to something more balanced. It does start with self-love. Self-love is extremely important. We're going to be ending with the Knight of Cups. It's an offer of love. But it starts with knowing who you are. I'm going to get an oracle for those who resonate with this. The Knight of Cups moves forward. It could be for a spiritual reason. You could be on a spiritual path, okay? Be mindful of that. The Knight of Cups, though, it's moving from the heart space. This is all to get you back to your heart space, to feel again. I'm going to give a card for somebody who relates to this, who has somebody living. And then I'm going to get a card for somebody who relates to this, for having somebody that is currently not in the 3D. Can I get a card for the person who is separated from this person in the 3D? Tell me. What is this person who resonates with this grief? What do they need to know? What are you being called to create? There's something. There's inspiration from this. It's taking that grief and putting it into something. And maybe you still need to work on this balancing and this healing, but literally come out of hiding, embrace who you really are. This is trying to show you who you are, to get a different clarity about, hey, this situation, okay, is allowing you to grow in some other way. Take a look at that. Give yourself time to process whatever this is. And if it's a connection that didn't work, making an honest look at this. Not that you can't have good memories, but what didn't serve you in this connection? And what sparks you forward? With the ability to even actually date again and actually move forward again, okay? And we have follow the stream. Trusting yourself, trusting your intuition. The moon is here. Follow the stream. It's dedication. Dedication is in the hopes. You're like, if I put my energy into this, it's got to amount to something, and it does. It does. Make sure the energy's in you, in the present you, not the past you, okay? Trust where the rivers take you, that the tiny streams, they turn into other bodies of water. You're gonna be amazed what it looks like when you get there, but allow yourself to get there, and it takes time, okay? There's also self-care is important. Okay, if you resonate for this, for somebody who is not living, I'm gonna get you 1 or 2 messages here. All right, spirit guides, connect to the loved ones, please. Somebody will be visiting you. Communicate with them. If this is somebody deceased, they can hear you. They're around you. Don't let anybody tell you different. They are. They can hear you. Just talk. Just talk to them. They might visit you in your dreams. Things might come across, animals, specific animals, birds. A phrase somebody says one day, a stranger, and it'll hit you in the weirdest way. But they want you to know that they're still there. All right, what is this person who is grieving the loss of somebody in the 3D? What do they need to know? I can't make this up. I've never seen this card before. Don't think about the end. Think about our good times together. This memory is strong. They're looking at pictures. There's purple, there's lavender, roses, the Eiffel Tower. You've got some trips that have been taken. You have a dog with a bow. Literally, if this is your significant other that you've maybe spent years with, you know, they're there. They're there. They don't desert you. If you've been neglecting your chores, they might want you to be cleaning the house, okay? Take care of you. Come back home to you. Come back to the present. Somebody out there needs to hear that. Anything else? Yeah, go to our favorite place. I will be there with you. I got that earlier. That memory that you have. Maybe you took a trip with them. Go revisit the area. Feel them in the wind. They're with you. They're with you. I hope that this was helpful. Love, light, and positive vibes.